Hello. I'm slightly late because I was debating on BGM for this. I personally, I'm like very picky when it comes to music when I'm working on something, like focusing on something really seriously. A couple months ago, I think I've talked about this on stream before, I wrote like 40k of fic in a short amount of time, and at first, like, I definitely can't do like music with lyrics while I'm writing something or trying to focus on something. I could do the lo-fi videos, that helped, but by the end I was just listening to like ambient sounds like rain or campfire. That's it. I find music really distracting, even if it's just like quiet lo-fi. So I was gonna be doing like nothing, and I just put a like Pomodoro type video on the back for me, and then be like, you guys can just pick whatever video works for you. And then that way I'm not forcing you to listen to whatever BGM I have going on. But then I don't know, that felt kind of weird not having anything on. I feel like if someone walks into the stream not knowing what's going on, they'd be like, oh, she's doing nothing and there's no music. So I was really, I don't know, I was debating what to do. I ended up just putting something really, really quiet in the background like I usually have. So let me know if this is working or not. I might try something else next stream. Next study stream, something I want to do for sure that I haven't really thought about this time is, well, I thought about it like 5 minutes ago, and then I started looking it up on Google, and it looked like it was gonna take more than a few minutes to set up. So I was like, oh well, I'll know for next time. But I want to set a timer on the center of the screen so that we can do, I like 20 minutes or 25 minutes of focus work and then 5 minutes of break. I know there's also 50-10. That can work if you have a lot of time, like if you're spending your whole day studying. For me, I tend to just have like an hour or two in the evening, so that doesn't really work for me. Like if I'm doing 50 minutes and then 10 minutes break, then that's like most of my time that I have. But yeah, different things work for different people. If I do timer in the future, it's probably going to be like 25. That sounds pretty okay. And yeah, but I will put like some kind of timer on in the future. I don't know about today because I think I'm gonna do like placement stuff, like figuring out what level I'm at. Not level, but like how much work we have to do here, which is probably a lot. And yeah, I think I'm gonna be yapping a lot, but otherwise if we're just like doing actual study with me, then I'll probably do 25 minutes timer, and then it's like more quiet. I might talk for time to time, but I'm not gonna be like non-stop yapping. And then once the timer hits and we hit that break period, I'll be talking to you just to wake us up a little bit. So that's the idea. Today, should I switch scenes already? I guess so. This is what I'm going to be using today, Studenshu. There's a bunch of different websites and apps that you can use. This is just the one that I decided to do for today because I haven't tried that one yet, and it looks like there's a lot of stuff on it. There's different resources, there's games, and yeah, I have other ones if I start this one and I end up really not liking it, but let's start with this one for today. I think, not sure, it might not, well, the homepage before I made an account was mostly vocab, so it was like showing me a kanji and it was like, do you know what this is? And I was like, yes, because this is this is like first grade stuff, so yes, I know. But if it, because it says get started, and then when I created my account earlier, it was like, can you tell me more about you and like how much Japanese you know? So I think it's gonna ask me more questions to really orient me to where I should be going. I don't think it's gonna be very, very basic stuff. Depends if it's like, I haven't installed a Japanese keyboard on this computer yet, I'm pretty sure, which was probably an oversight on my part. Yeah, just have English. But wait, where was I going to yeah, so hopefully the goal for today is vocab and like kanji. So some background on how much, like my history with Japanese, I guess. I've been watching anime like most of my life. I think I started watching it in Japanese and I was like 10 or 11 maybe. Oh, this is, well, you don't know how old I am, so I guess this doesn't really help you. And then I think once I was like 15 or 16, I started to have like a pretty good understanding, like understanding everything they were saying. One thing that really helped me when I was starting, it's hard to say because I tend to learn like very organically. I think languages are not something that is super hard for me in general. So I basically, as far as like listening goes, I basically just picked it up by just listening to it a lot. And then when I was around that age, like 15, there were a couple games, mostly like otome games and the Tales of series that I've talked about before. A lot of those are not, they don't have English localizations, or at least not official ones. So I kind of had to, like, if I wanted to play them, then I had to know Japanese. So I would honestly just jump in. I would get the game and I would play in Japanese. I don't understand everything at first, and then the more I played, the more I figured it out. And then I got really into both Super Sentai and also stage plays in general, so that really helped me, I think, with less. Keigo's probably my weak point because I don't have a lot of experience with that, but like I think getting into more real people stuff as opposed to anime really broadened my understanding. Like, I listened to a lot of interviews on like TV shows that were in Japanese for Japanese audiences, so they're not like trying to, I don't know, make it easy to understand, if that makes sense. So I would listen to a lot of dialogue that was just Japanese people speaking Japanese, and yeah, not as because I think the problem with anime is that it's always the same. Maybe not topics. Maybe topics isn't the word I'm looking for, but there's a kind of formula in anime. So I think if that's the only place where you're learning Japanese, you're going to be missing out on some stuff, especially when you start listening to people talking to it faster than like dialogue. But yes, I would say and also the thing is, I haven't been into Japanese stuff as much recently. I've been playing like a lot of English games for the past couple of years, so I think I've probably regressed a lot my understanding is still like if I'm listening to something, watching something, there's no issues like whatsoever. So I haven't lost anything on that part. But I used to be like really good at reading because obviously sometimes we were playing games and there's no voice acting, you just have to read. I used to be really good. I think that has really um yeah, I think that has really decreased for me. And then yeah, I think because like for me, I know kanji, but I've never learned it formally. I've never done any like Japanese studying before, so I think seeing it outside of its context in a phrase or a sentence, it's gonna be harder for me to recognize it. So because usually I see a couple strokes and I'm like, oh, this makes sense that it would be this in this context. If that makes sense, I think that's a lot. Yeah, that's how people usually learn a language at first. I mean, at least for me, I think it's way easier to learn by just immersing yourself in something than like actually listening to stuff and playing stuff in the language that you want to learn instead of going through textbooks. But at some point, if you want to get past a certain level, you have to start studying for real. But yeah, I think at first you kind of understand words just by their context. So that's where I'm at with kanji, I think. And then writing and speaking, I used to be like okay at writing. I would write fan letters and stuff, and I would tweet at other Japanese fans. So that's something that I did a lot. I think I'm very lost on that part now. I haven't done it in so long. I wouldn't really know where to start. I could probably like if you told me like we're going to Japan tomorrow, let's like can I take you with me and like you can figure it out, I would be fine. But like speaking and writing, I'm definitely very, very behind. I wouldn't know where to start anymore. So I'm not very confident, but I'm pretty confident when it comes to listening and watching at least, which is what really matters to me as just someone who consumes a lot of media and doesn't really output anything as far as Japanese media goes. Yeah, I think that's the background info we need. Sorry, just getting some coffee in and then we'll start. I feel like I need some kind of coffee toggle for my future outfits or models. Just because every time I say this every time I take a sip of coffee, I just make this face. It's very silly. Okay, let's go. Get started. This might be like very embarrassing for me. Hi, so I'm Kao-chan and I'm supposed to help you with your Japanese, but I'm still stuck in my egg, sorry. Mind answering a few questions about Japanese while I try and break out? So, how are you learning Japanese? Studying for proficiency tests, studying with a textbook, or learning on my own? So as I said, I'm learning on my own. I would say this is my level. Can keep a conversation for a couple of minutes and survive in basic everyday interactions. Though there's like a funny story about my friend going to Japan who has, I would say, the same level of Japanese as me. And they were asked at the convenience store. I think I've heard this kind of story from a couple different people from like their first trip to Japan. But like you are confident in your Japanese and then you get to a store and they ask you if you want a bag and you're like, what did they just say? So I would say before I would have put myself into like N4 or N3, but I'm just gonna put myself at like simple sentences but hard to keep a conversation just because I don't know how much I've lost and I wouldn't really feel confident having if we're like, okay, you're gonna talk to a Japanese person right now, I'd be like, I mean, I could do it, I would just really be stressed because I'm not confident at all. English is fine. Bright or dark color? What's dark mode? Oh, is this better for you guys? Because I usually prefer light mode on websites. Unpopular opinion. But I know dark mode is generally more popular, so I think we should just go with... but then kanji might look weird. No, I'm gonna do bright colors. Sorry, guys. This looks good. He's hatching. Thanks. I'm still a bit small though. Fortunately, I'll grow alongside you as you learn Japanese on Ninshu. I've got some mastery scheduled for you to learn with. Okay. Oh, yeah, see, this is the part I was worried about, because if I put myself in too low a level, it would show me, like, kana, and that's really not something I struggle. Let's see. I might be, like, saying this, and then we get into it, and I'm like, what's not? Wait, no, I can see it in my head. I'm fine. Semester schedule. It will help introduce new terms and periodically study ones you already know. Each day, tap the button to start quizzing. Tapping the name gets you info on the materials in the schedule. When you learn a term for the first time, you'll see an introduction flashcard for you. So this is very easy. Wait, it doesn't do anything. Is my volume too low? It might be, because I wanted the music to be low. Wait. I'll open Spotify. I'll turn Spotify off here, and then I'll... I'm still not hearing it. Would be good for you guys if we could hear it. Because I think at the beginning I'm gonna know exactly what... Well, the thing is, like, Japanese is so syllabic. It's like, it's really not possible to look at a word if you have the kana and not know how it's pronounced. Does that make sense? Because it's always the same. It's not like English or like... Yeah, like I know English and French, and those are, you look at a word and you have no idea how it would be pronounced. What's the word? There's like one French word that English speakers always joke about how none of the words oh, it's oiseau. Wait, let me open. You can really see because it's too... I'll have to add a text here. Where is it? Okay, there's this was those like this, but like look at the word and nothing is... None of these letters do the job that they're supposed to do. And there's some words like that in English too. What's one that I had recently? Oh, there's like meadow. I had no idea, like this one. Why is it pronounced like that? Wasn't I my whole life it was gonna be like meadow or something, because like it's like mead. Mead is a drink, right? And then you have beads, and you have bears. Why is it meadow? It doesn't make sense to me. There's like a couple of words like that just don't make sense. Anyway, so all that to say that I think some of the languages that I know are very... Yes. It's like you look at a word and you kind of have... Well, not every single word, obviously, but there's a few words where they're not at all pronounced the way you think they would be. And... and then... Sorry, let me put the Spotify build back up. Oh god, it's so loud for me. Hold on. What was I saying? Yeah, but I think Japanese, and I'm also learning Korean right now, because they have a syllabic alphabet. It's like impossible to look at it and not know how it would be pronounced, right? Unless it's like a kanji, because then if you don't have the kana, then it can be hard to guess what it means. And then sometimes they just like make up words, especially if you're playing something like fantasy related. They'll make up a word and they'll give it kanji that makes sense for it, but it's not like you wouldn't know how it's read unless you have the kana or something. Yeah, okay, long yap. I don't know what the target audience for this is. Like, I guess people who are at my level, but then whatever I'm yapping about, you already know. Almost ready to go. Oh, what's this? Oh, this is probably like, oh, how to write, because I'm not good at the strokes. I haven't learned those. When I was writing letters, like fan letters, I was like, oh my god, the stroke order I'm doing is totally wrong. How am I supposed to guess? Yeah, so this is reading out loud, which doesn't seem to work for me right now. This is, well, they all don't work, so I think it's just because I'm in tutorial mode. This is like how to read it in Romaji, so like the Roman alphabet we use. And then this is probably a stroke order. None of it is required though. Only do what helps you in learning the material. So if we find out that something's too easy, we can just skip. Anything you get correct will be scheduled for future review. If you miss something, you'll get immediate reinforcement and see it again the next day. Nenshu has so many ways to enjoy learning, so look around each time you use it. Go ahead and tap the button below to jump to your dashboard and begin your learning. Oh, so we have all of these for today. Oh, it would be fun to do at least like a couple times a month. Also, I'm still a bit stuffy, so sorry if my voice sounds kind of... So I guess at the moment I'm N5. So this would be a good thing to know and put in my description. But I don't know. I might be higher. I don't think I'm lower than this. Just let me look what kind of lesson this would be. Simon is question. Yeah. Betsuni. Yeah, this feels kind of easy, but I mean, it's good to start somewhere, you know? Amari or Nai. And I think the kanji is going to be the most fun, but maybe we do one of each for now. Wait, I shouldn't look at them. I should know if I remember them. Let's go with words for beginner Japanese. Let's do them in order. Oh, this is a study question. Okay, so it's just like flashcards before we go. I think I don't want to study. I think I want to go ahead and see how I do. Question is Simon. Get angry to get mad or to scold someone. Lasuru, this is forget. Detekuru is to come out. Kau is to buy. Okuru is, yeah, get mad. Oh, we've seen this. This has two meanings. This could be not particularly, or this could be separate. So it's probably Betsuni. That being the case, because of the reason is given that. Oh, it's probably Node. And then what would nen be at the end of a sentence? Omu is to think or like believe. Iru is like being somewhere. Yay! Yippee! I can do the gacha machine! Oh no, it's gonna be fun. See? Is this Asa? Because this Asa no Junbi? Like morning preparations? Will it tell me? Asa, I was right. This is like I had context. Should we do the rest? It's 14 and we see like 6 at a time, so I guess there's like 2 or 3 lessons left. Oh. I'm just jumping in. Ringo is an apple. It's my flavor. Kai is at the end of his sentence would be like, oh, how old something is? Yeah, years old. Oh, I should read the examples to practice. This could be time, this could be hour, this could be a period, class, or a lesson. Wait, I want to look. Because I was gonna say like jikan, but that doesn't make sense for a lesson, right? Or is it? Wait, what do they call it period in class? Oh, I didn't know that's how you called a period in school. I feel like I should have known that. Because, I don't know, you would probably hear that a lot in anime and even in some games where it's in school. Oh my god, I have been so... Before I got into VTubing, I was so into the Trails Up series. I think I talked about it in my debut, but I was playing through... I just finished the first Cold Steel, and then I was playing through the second one, and then I moved, and I put away my controller from my computer, and I haven't reinstalled it yet, and I really want to play, but now I feel like I'm so behind. This is cool. At the end of something, which I'm going to assume is a counter for small objects, or counter for articles, or military units. Because it's not any of the other ones, because we know them already. Which makes sense, like a small cat is a koneko. Oh. Karage o... Wait. Juko? I don't think I'm sure I've heard it. Just feels weird reading it. No, it doesn't. Wait, no, it makes sense. I think it's just because I wasn't expecting 10 pieces of chicken. Dozo is, please go ahead. Approximately about around or so to about the tokoro. Oh, gurai. Oh, that makes sense. The gacha machine again. Mashimaru. Oh, makes sense. I think there's a challenge right now. I don't know if it's at the bottom. Oh, I should go back on the homepage after this. But I think there's a challenge right now to design more of these, which is very cute. I might have to do that. Let's learn some more world. How many do we have left? 8? Oh, so I guess the last one might have some review. Hiki. Oh yeah? Small animals? Some irregular reading. Ipiki, Sambiki. Oh, I've heard that. Hats can be icky. That's really cute. Oh, it has... It's not really... I wouldn't say that's like irregular. What? Okay, so usage notes is just like people doing mnemonics and tips to remember it. This isn't what I thought it would be. I don't think... I'm sure I've heard it before. I wouldn't have known on my own. Kudai is about... San is easy. It's... It's just their number. Yay! It's not even the kanji yet. They just straight up give you the kana for it. Oh, Kai is like how many times? Yes. a lot of sit-ups. How many page? Oh, this is just katakana. It's even easier. It's peiji. Oh, fun is yes. Nippon, right? Maybe, yeah. Yippee. Tacos. I had that for dinner. I had tacos. White people tacos. 2 more and then we can do another lesson. Come on. Yes. We just went over this. Why did they switch to... Oh. I guess I've never read, like, yen written out in kind of like that. I guess it makes sense that it would be N? Well, it's at the end of... I see. It feels like I cheated. It was only 2, but I got the gacha machine. Tsubomi? Oh, it's a flower. I don't think we need to review that. That was kind of easy. I think maybe I should have done the level above, because that feels pretty easy. Oh, wait. Oh, I closed it, but it said that I've maxed out how many times, like how many words I can learn for this section. So I think this isn't gonna let us do this forever. I think we only get a certain amount of tries. So maybe we will have to try another app after this. Let's do beginner Japanese. Oh, I wanted to spend a couple minutes to go over frequency word with you. What do you think? Let's talk about frequency. Frequency refers to how often an action occurs. In Japanese, frequency is expressed with an adverb like yoku, taite, tokidoki, amari, betsuni, and zenten. Oh, this is like from most to like least frequent. There are many more words that can be used to discuss how often you do something, but we'll start with these for now. Positive frequency, yoku. Taite, I feel like I don't heard. Maybe it's because it's read different in this sentence. Tokidoki. If you do something fairly often, you will use an adverb like yoku, often, taite. Taite? Really? Usually, and tokidoki. I see. These adverbs will often go after the subject of the sentence or at the beginning of the sentence if there is no subject, or sometimes just before the verb. Like we've learned before, word order in Japanese is fairly fluid. So you use this to say that you study Japanese often. 私はよく日本語を勉強します。Oh, よく. That you usually drink tea at 9 o'clock. That is not true. I don't drink tea. I only drink coffee. I guess it's caffeine. Oh, taite. Oh, this is like generally like this is what I usually do. Oh. Really? I don't feel. Is this like a word that old people use? I feel like I would have to hear someone who actually speaks Japanese say it to me, and I was like, yes, of course, I've heard this a lot before. And lastly, that you sometimes read the Japanese newspaper at home. We refer to these positive frequencies because they focus on how often something is done. Notice you can add other particles to your sentence just like always. If you want to talk about how infrequently you do something, you can use phrases like amari, not much, betsuni, not particularly, and zenten, never. When you're using these types of frequency adverbs, you're also going to use a negative verb. Just like with the positive frequencies, you will often use these adverbs either after the subject or at the beginning of a subjectless sentence, or sometimes just before the verb. First one says that you don't usually get up at 5 o'clock. That is true. Oh, this one says you don't particularly ride a bike, and lastly, you never eat tomatoes. Tomato zenzen tabemasen. That is so true. I hate tomatoes. I actually had some in my tacos earlier, so maybe that's not true. Doki doki. If it's in something, the thing is like tomatoes. So it really depends on what kind of tomato. I don't like how juicy and like there's too many different textures in them that can go wrong in my mouth that I don't like. But like the small cherry tomatoes, those are fine. Because I think they're usually always the same. And if it's cold, it's better. If it's in something warm, I can't. It's so gross. It remains in the negative even if the action is done sometimes, like in the first sentence. Yeah, because amari is like not super often. Just not a lot. The negative verb is used to emphasize how rare that action is. Unlike the positive frequency words, betsuni, amari, and zenzen can be used with nouns and adjectives too. For a couple of examples, we'll just look at betsuni. When using these with a noun, you will follow the noun with dewa arimasen. Oh, okay. Just like we learned with making nouns negative. You can also follow the noun with dewa nai desu or janai desu in a more casual situation, although janai is less common. So if something is not really a problem, you can use this sentence. Betsuni mondai dewa arimasen. I see. When you use betsuni, amari, and zenzen with adjectives, you will make the adjectives negative, just like we learned before. So not particularly big would be betsuni okiku nai desu. Sorry, went too fast. And not particularly famous would be betsuni yume de wa arimasen. Me. You could also use dewa nai desu or janai desu, just like with nouns. You can also use betsuni with question words. When you use a question word, you would follow it with dewa nai. This phrase means not particularly any. So betsuni doko demo nai would be not particularly anywhere. And betsuni nandemo nai would be not particularly anything. These frequency words are essential in transforming your sentences from binary I do and I do not into a huge range of degrees and frequencies. Not very... Oh, wait. Oh, this is study. No, I'm ready. You told me stuff. Oh. Oh, so you want to say that like this dress is not particularly cute. このドレスは別に可愛くないです。Sentence structure ones are fun. Wait, where are my words? Oh, okay, here. Oh, okay, it's always going to be the same when they're drilling it in, so... この質問は別に難しくない。This question is not particularly difficult. Oh. Sorry. Amari yomimasen. I don't really read books. Not true. Yippee! Saboten cactus. Is he? It kind of looks like he's smoking something. Yippee! Oh, I think I can learn more today. Oh, yeah, I can. This words for beginner Japanese, I have to wait until tomorrow, I think. But this I could do more, so we'll see. I'm gonna do it the kanji now. This is where it gets embarrassing, probably. Hello, I wanted to spend a couple minutes to go over kanji basics with you. How do you think? Kanji are the Chinese characters used in Japanese. They're beautiful but intimidating. Let's demystify them. After I show you the basics, you'll see how they actually make Japanese easier to understand and read. Every kanji has a meaning, and this meaning can help you understand words that contain the kanji. This kanji means 1, and this one means number. Together, these two kanji have the meaning number 1. Ichiban. For example, Kao-chan is the number 1 most skilled character. So each kanji has a meaning, and put together these meanings help form the meaning of the word. What about reading them though? Each kanji has one or more ways in which it can be read. There are 2 types, onyomi and kunyomi. Kunyomi are readings that originated in Japan. They are written in hiragana. Onyomi originate framed from the Chinese pronunciation of the kanji, but are used in Japanese. They are written in katakana when they appear in kanji dictionaries. Let's see. Some kanji have quite a lot of readings. Don't worry though, you do not need to memorize all of them. In Nenshu, the most common readings are the non-faded ones. For this kanji, uchi and ataru are not important, common enough to memorize. For this one, maka. Now, kunyomi sometimes are written like the ones above, with parentheses. So what does this mean? This is furigana? Sometimes the kanji is used by itself for a verb or adjective. This kanji is used in the word taberu, which means to eat. Parentheses show how you write it. Everything before the parentheses is in the kanji's reading, while what comes inside trails the kanji. In Nenshu, as well as other apps, you may see it written with a period. Oh, ta. Period. It means the same. There's no magic system for knowing which reading to use when you see the kanji in word. However, you can make an educated guess. If the kanji is by itself, or if it is followed by the hiragana, it is usually the kunyomi. If the kanji is a part of a compound, 2 or more kanji together to form one word is more often than not the onyomi. While studying the reading, keep an eye on the related words so you can see examples of the kanji's usage. Nenshu's vocabulary schedules will automatically mix in kanji as you learn them. Oh no! All kanji have a stroke order, which is the order in which the line strokes would be drawn. It is helpful to remember this as it is usually... Give me a second. Sorry, I'm just replying to a urgent text. Nothing is wrong. I just need the keys to go somewhere tomorrow. It is helpful to remember this as it is usually the easiest way to write the kanji. Yeah, I'm not gonna learn that. No, I should. Each kanji also has a radical, which is a key component within it. While it is not essential that you learn radicals, they can help with remembering the composition and meaning of the kanji. Yeah, like how this, he, can be like day. And so because this is not... I think it's doki maybe? But when I saw it in Asa earlier, I was like, oh, it would make sense that it's like a time of the day. So once you start learning kanji, when should you use them in your writing? All the time. Writing kanji makes it much easier to read and see where each word begins and ends. Yeah, I think that's a really hard part when you're starting to learn Japanese, is figuring out what's actually a word, because there's no breaks between, no spaces between words when you're reading. I don't know, for me, even Korean, I'm like super beginner level. It's just something that comes to me easier, but I can see how for some people it can be really hard. Look at this string of hiragana. Now look at it with kanji. When, not if, you learn the kanji, your reading speed will skyrocket as it's easier to break up the sentence. These are the basics of kanji. They are not the easiest, but with Nenshu, they're within your reach. Okay. So I'm not studying them just like the other ones. Nen is year, which would be this one. Yes. Oh. Toshi. Makes sense. Yeah. Hitotsu. Oh. This one? This can be read multiple way, but large or big. This one. Dai, I think, on its own. Hito. Person. Nichi. Oh. Am I wrong? This Hachi? I don't think that's how. Is it Ha? Is it? Let me cheat. I'm gonna use my Japanese keyboard on my phone. Why is it giving me katakana? I feel like, I don't know, maybe foreigners have an easier time with it? No, this is Nichi. I'm not wrong. But I don't think this is it. It's like Mai or something. But this is he. This is Nana. This is. No wait. This is Nana, and this is Ju. Oh no! I don't think it's. I don't know. Nichi. Ah. This is my. I was right. Mainichi. Oh, is this? I think this is how it's. I have a sentence. I think I get it. This is Kuni, right? Oh. Cook. Oh, because Koku is like, yeah, I think it's this one. Kuni. Oh, that's sweet. Oh, it's so confusing because they're giving us the onyomi. This is the issue with like not learning traditional way. I'm not sure what they're expecting from me. I know what Nichi is. It's day. I failed. Senbei. Oh. They're probably gonna give me that one again because I failed. Oh, I was right. This is Ju. Okay. Nah. This is neat. Oh. Oh, this is the verb. Das. Right? Yes. Coming out. Naka. Inside or center. This is Ju. Just talked about this. Kunyomi. Oh, they're wanting me to learn Kunyo. I don't care. It's not useful in a sentence, is it? No, sorry. I should be understanding. Yes, they want me to. Stole? Oh, this is Hon? Is this a book? Oh. I would know this one if it wasn't a sentence. I want to say it's not either of these two. I don't think it's Shiro. I'm gonna go with thread, but it might be. Does it work? Ah, long. Nagai. Okay. Okay. Oh. Oh. Okay. I see. Whew. This is my key. Oh. They drew the character. Miyaru. Miseru. It's this one. Month. This one. Toki. This. Wait. Yes. I don't know why sometimes I know Kiyomi and sometimes I know the Onyomi. I should have learned this differently at some point. This would be Iku. Ato Ushiro. And oh, you're back. Is this Kami? I think. This is like inside or something. Ah. It's like the two I was visiting between Ato. San. This one. Why is there... What's that in the song? Yay! Nanushiro. Oh. Senkazu. Two more to learn, and then they're probably gonna have me go over the ones that I missed. This is my... We saw it earlier. Oh. Umareru. To be born. This is Yen. This is Naka. This is the one I thought was like... Oh wait, no. We've... Oh, this is the one we saw. Was Nagai? I think so. Naka, technically. So it would be this one. Is this in... Because this is like to be born. Would this... Is this like in Tantobi? Or I'm... Oh. This is my again. Yeah. Oh. So cute. Kabutomichi? Is it beetle? Can I just review the ones that I missed? It's this one. Cool. Oh, I don't think we've seen that one. It's this one. And this was this one. Not sure why. I don't need I don't want like a random person learning Japanese to explain this to me. I need like a sentence. Yeah. Oh, Gogo. Okay. Oh, I see. Hana. Oh. Should we try again? Since I failed. Well, it's like giving me new ones, so I... No, it wasn't a new one. It was just a new reading. Yeah, let's try again. Things I missed. I know it now. It's this one. This is Nichi. And this was Naka. Yay! Habanero. I like that they all have the same face on them. I think I've done everything. Wait. Study? Sun? This is Chikan. Why did they want me to do study? Oh, because I didn't... Oh, Taiko. It's because I didn't review them, I guess, because it was kind of easy. Okay. Let's do one more, at least. This was beginner Japanese, so it was having me write sentences, right? But it's all the same one. Like, この質問は別に難しくない? Deutsch語はあまりわかりません. I don't really understand Dutch, German. Kyou no tenki wa betsu ni waruku nai desu. Today's weather is not too bad. Yippee! Hamburger. Oh, it's having, yeah, it's the same teams. We can just go through them until we're done for today. Oh, we've already done this one. We've done these. I thought it was new ones, not a review. Oh, wait. Kare no koto wa amari shiranai. I don't really know about him. Futemaki. Behind the scenes. Oh, it's all focused reviews, so there's nothing new. Wait! Oh, this is how I was just reviewing. Oops. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's do this one, and then I think that's gonna be it for today's short stream. But you can do more next week. Because next week I'm gonna be playing a spooky game, so I think this would actually be pretty good after it to change my mind. So for horror, I like psychological horror more than anything. I'm not really into gore or jump scares, just like anything that's like more shocking than anything. I prefer something that, I don't know, just has you thinking about it for a long time afterwards. And so I'm usually not super spooked by horror. Although I guess you would think that because I'm thinking about whatever for a long time, it sticks with me and then I have nightmares about it. But I've never really watched something and then had nightmares about it. But for some reason, lately, I keep having really bad dreams after I've watched something horror related, so I really need to be careful. So I put the horror stream next week in the evening, I think the same time as today. Because I didn't want to play a horror game in broad daylight. I feel like that wouldn't be very scary, especially since I don't have curtains in this room, so I can't even make it darker if I wanted. But then, yeah, I think I'm gonna need something to change my mind afterwards, knowing what I know now. But yeah, let's do one last one, and then I'll call it a day for today. Hello, I wanted to spend a couple minutes to go over wanting to do something with you. What do you think? We talked about making requests previously. No, not really. This was, I guess, an earlier quizzes. But what if you want to just talk about things you want to do or place an order? In Japanese, placing an order is easy. Something o kudasai. Something o kudasaimasen ka? If you want someone to give you an object, for example, if you are ordering food in a restaurant, you can use either object o kudasai or object o kudasaimasen ka. Both of these endings work exactly the same, they just differ in politeness. If you were in a restaurant and wanted to order ramen, saying ramen no kudasai or ramen please would be perfectly appropriate. If it was a more formal situation or a more significant request, you might be extra polite. Oh, isi o kudasaimasen ka would be more like asking, could I possibly get a chair please? If you want to talk about something you would like to do, there's a verb form for that. The type form of the verb expresses the phrase I want to in English. We use the type form to talk about our own actions. Other people's wants and feelings are usually spoken about as a report or an observation instead. Talking about what other people seem to want and feel will be discussed in another lesson. We form it by finding the verb's term. I need some coffee. We form it by finding the verb stem. As we talked about when we learned the polite forms of the verb, the parts we skipped, and adding tai instead of mas or masen. Remember, to find the verb term for ichidan verbs, you just cut up the oh yes, I know. You can either end your sentence with the tai form of the verb, or you can almost treat it like an adjective and tack this until the end if you want to be more polite. You can use the tai form of the verb just like the other verbs we've learned. The rule for particles will remain the same. So if you want to eat sushi, you can say sushi o tabetai desu. You can use times and places in the same way as well. You could use either of these phrases to say I want to go to school at 1 p.m. 7時に学校に行きたい. Tai form will conjugate like an e adjective. I don't want to study at the library, it would look like one of these. 図書館で勉強したくない. Oh. If you wanted to do something in the past, it would also conjugate tai as an e adjective. So saying I wanted to come to Japan looks like either of these. 日本に来たかった. Oh. And if you didn't want to sleep at 10, these two are how you would say it. 10時に寝てくなかった. Oh. 寝たくなかった, sorry. I was like, wait. Amai okashi o kudasai. Give me a sweet candy. That's me. Chisai spoon o kudasai. Give me a small spoon, please. Skoshi okane o kudasaimasen ka? Won't you give me a little money, please? Moskoshi jikan o kudasaimasen ka? Won't you leave me a little more time, please? Nanika o tabemono o kudasaimasen ka? Gotta get something to eat. Itsuka gaikoku ni ikitai. Wanna go abroad one day? Yippee! Sports. Oh. Should we review? Oh, I guess we can't. Wait, it says study again. Let's do one more. Oh. Karerai so kudasai. Yeah, we've seen this one already. I just want to get them done properly. Small spoon. Today. Tensu? Autoritai? Wait. Tensu is his core? Sugi ni iga... Oh! Wait. No! Sugi ni kono eiga ga mitai. I want to see this movie right away. Oh. Sweet Candy. We've seen this. Yay! She's... Woohoo! Let's do focus group. Wait, no. This means we've seen everything for today. We've done all of our daily challenges. What's the gardens? Oh. You have money? Wow, we're rich. No way. Oh gosh. You can have pets? Oh. This is too complex. Yay. I see. Should we do something? Let's quick draw. Oh, this is for writing. I don't have my tablet, so. Shiritori? I don't have a Japanese keyboard. I don't know if this is gonna be okay. Check. Ah, I don't have a keyboard, so I can do it. Crosswords? Oh god. One? Where's one? Oh, this is fun. I might do it in my free time because it's gonna take a while. Or maybe next time we have a yapping. Maybe we could do this as a study session. It looks hard, but like fun. Oh. Wait, can I like... Is this right? No, I wanted 11. Wait. Too long. How do I... Okay, I'll do this on my free time because it's gonna take me a while. It's a good website so far. Well, yes, that's it. This weekend we're playing Planet Zoo. We're gonna keep going on that zoo we started the other day, and we're gonna finish that art piece we started last week. We don't have a lot to do, so we might do more of these after we're done. We'll see how I feel. I thought I had something to say, but I don't. Thank you for hanging out. I'll see you on Saturday. Bye bye.